Hi guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the New Year Booktuber Tag. I was tagged by Autumn from Nose in a Book, and this tag was originally created by Jessen at Jessen Reads Romance. I'll leave their information in the description box below. So let's jump right in. This is question number 1. What are you most excited about for 2023? That's obvious, guys. Opening up this channel, being able to finally open up this channel and connect with fellow book lovers, to talk about books, to make new friends, to recommend books and be recommended books. That is just a book lover's dream. All right. Yeah, I don't think anything could top that for me for 2023, because I have made some really nice friends along the way, and yeah, I can't wait to see where it goes. The second question is, do you have a Goodreads challenge goal, and why that number? I have a Goodreads challenge goal. It's 12. And why that number? It's simple. When I just started Goodreads, I used to put 100 books, 70 books, 150 books. But what I realized as time passed along, that I was not really enjoying the books that I was reading. I was more focused when I was reading books to hit the target that I put on Goodreads, and that wasn't working for me. When I read a book, I want to consume, not just consume the book, but I want to be able to talk about the book, remember the book, tell you my likes or dislikes about the book. When I'm reading to hit a goal or a number, I tend to just kind of passively read the book, and that's not how I want to read. I want to be actively involved in the books that I read, in that when I'm finished, I could sit down and actually talk about what the characters were, what the plot line was, my likes and my dislikes, all that sort of good stuff. So I lowered my the number to 12, because one, I know I can more than hit 12, guys. I mean, last year I read 131 books, and yes, last year my Goodreads goal was 12 also. This year I put it for 12 yet again, and I have already passed that already. I'm on my 13th book right now. But that's the thing, when I don't have to study about a number, for me, because it's different for everybody else. Some people need that, but for me, I think it works better for me when I don't have the pressure of having to hit a specific number. I just read for enjoyment, and when I do look back, I don't breeze through 50, 60 books, and remembering them, whether it be for good or for bad, so that's why I set the number 12 every year now. I've been doing it, I think, for like about 3 years now. I know I ramble on. Let's move on to the next question. List 3 5-star predictions. Okay, 3 5-star predictions. I would have to say The Tyranny of Fate by Richard Swan, because I think it's coming out in February of this year. And yeah, that definitely I loved the debut novel, The Justice of Kings. That was I think it's a 4.5 or a 5-star read for me last year. No, it was a 4.4 star, but 4 or 5 is all the same to me. The Tyranny of Fate, I believe that's going to be a 5-star. The second one would be Babel from R.F. Kuang. I totally think that is going to be, when I do get to it, it's going to be a 5-star read for me, because I have that on my my TBR for 2023. And the last one is from my girl Colleen Hoover, Verity. I have that to read, if not the ending of the month, maybe early next month. And I predict that is going to be a 5-star read for me, you know. So those are my 3 5-star reads. What genre, subgenre, or trope do you want to read more of? Well, for this, for me, I think I've already started to like dip my toes into different genres that I was not reading before, because last year I started reading translated works, I started reading classics, Japanese literature. I started reading a lot of things that when I first started reading, you couldn't catch me dead reading it, you know. And by the way, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely enjoying my time in the classics right now, in the translated works, because I mean, right now this half of the shelf here is just, you know, Russian literature. I'm obsessed with Tolstoy and Dostoevsky and Gokul and this guy that I can't even pronounce here, you know. I'm obsessed with them. So I think that, you know, I started and I'm just going to continue. Well, I started in 2022. I'm just going to continue, you know. Next question. What trope do you think will be most popular in 2023? I think, you know, as the old people say, if it ain't broken, you know, don't try to fix it. I think the whole enemies to lovers trope, yeah, you can't go wrong with it. It's always going to be a classic. It's, you know, it's something everybody could enjoy. At least I do. So yeah, I think for 2023, it's going to remain popular, you know. The next question is, name 3 bookish goals for the year. I think some of the questions that I answered before, it might tie into that. One of the things that I put for my, well, goals that I set for myself, well, my bookish goals, I should say, I set for myself, is just reading more widely. That is, you know, the classics, the translated works and all that sort of good stuff. Because when I first started, I predominantly used to read fantasy and romance and some contemporary. Those were the, you know, 3 that I would circle around. As years go by, sorry, I branch out into other genres and subgenres like the grimdark, the science fiction and all that. And yes, it has opened up a whole new world for me, guys. So yes, I want to cut, that's a goal for me for 2023. I want to continue reading more widely or broadly, if you want to call it that. And a second bookish goal, I think I would really like for the channel to grow, you know. I would like to see the channel grow. I'm not gonna put, you know, I'm not gonna make that be my begin all and end all, because I don't want to be hooked up on the numbers and the, you know, the subscribers, so to speak, because I think that could be daunting and it's going to stop you from, you know, producing videos and stuff like that. And I've already made and met some really nice people outside here in the booktube community, and that's enough for me to, hey, show up regularly, putting out these videos and communicating, continue watching their videos and having them, you know, interact and talk to me about the books them that we either reading or we love or anything like that. But yes, I'll be lying if I say, you know, that's not something that I do think about that, you know, as a goal to grow my channel. All right. And the third bookish goal for the year, to make sure that, and this should have been first, to make sure that my physical TBR, that I send down my physical TBR as much as possible, guys. That's big for me for 2023. You know, I really and truly would like to see the the majority of my physical books here, that I read them before I purchase any new books, you know. And also with that, my Kindle, the books on my Kindle, I would like to systematically go through those and read them also, because I have over 400 books on my Kindle, and the majority of them I haven't read. You know, I would think I would have probably about 300 or a little over 300 unread. So I would really like to concentrate on that for this year and try to work through it. 3 personal goals for me that I would like to accomplish for the year. 1, saving. I would like to be more intentional about saving. So yeah, buying less of these is definitely one of the things that I need to enforce seriously, in order to not, you know, go ham on buying books that, you know, 1, I'm not going to read, and 2, probably I'm just going to unhaul later on. No. Secondly, because I am a Christian, I want to be more intentional about reading my Bible, you know, reading more religious books, because yeah, and that, as I'm talking here, that's a subgenre that a genre that I want to read more of, you know. So I want to be more intentional in that. And the 3rd personal goal for me is just be intentional about reaching out and helping people that are less fortunate than myself. You know, a lot of the times, guys, we tend to think a lot about ourselves, you know. I'm this, me that, da, 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 you know, and there's always somebody outside there that has it worse off than us. Yeah, we aren't rich, but that is not a reason why we can't, you know, lift a hand, or, you know, to help somebody that, you know, probably give them a plate of food, or, you know, buy something for them to, you know, a jacket to keep them warm or something like that. So I want to be more intentional in that. That's my 3 personal goals for 2023. And the last question is, what do you want to leave behind in 2022? I should say, not just but I'm working on and leaving behind in 2022 is worry and fear. You know, worry and fear, I think, are 2 big things that keep me back from doing a lot of things in my life. Again, ego this channel, you know, I should have started this channel, you know, a long time ago. But, you know, worry and fear for the most ridiculous things kept me back. So that is 2 things in 2020. I wanted to stay there. And yes, it does raise its head from time to time. I struggle, you know, coming on in front of the camera here. So many doubts and worry and fears and concern come up in my mind before I even sit in front of this camera. But, you know, I always have to crush those fear and doubt and worry and say, you know what, no, I'm going to show up. I'm going to be present. I'm not going to let what it is that I think is a problem stop me from doing what I love, you know. And I'm glad that, you know, I put worry and fear behind me, because if I didn't, I would not have met such, you know, wonderful people. You know, I would not be communicating and talking to, you know, some great booktubers, and, you know, discussing about the books them that we love or we hate, and, you know, all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, that is something that I want to leave totally behind. All right. That's the last question, guys. That's it. We're over. Thanks for staying and bearing up with me here to go through this whole booktuber tag. Thank you again, Autumn, for tagging me. Until next time, guys, stay safe and God bless. Bye.